As we take a look at example 3, it's asking me to graph the reflection of the figure across the x-axis and write the coordinates of the vertices of the image. So remember, the image is the after. That's all they're talking about here when they say image at the end of the last line is the after, what we get after we do whatever transformation they're asking here, in this case, a reflection. All right, so if we're taking and creating a mirror image across this line, right, again, everything as you saw in that earlier example is going to have the same aspect ratio. So for instance, this point here at the bottom, which is marked D there, point D is not any distance away from the x-axis. So my new point D is not going to be any distance away from the x-axis. So it's going to be at the exact same location. Point C is 2 to the north of the x-axis. Well, now it's got to be 2 to the south of the y-axis, or the x-axis. Again, everything is going to have the same aspect ratio. It's just going to be flipped. Right? Point A. Point A is 1 to the north of the x-axis. The new one is going to be 1 to the south of the x-axis. And then we connect our points here. And as you can see, the triangles look the same. They're just mirror images because that's exactly what a reflection is. Again, we're not changing the area in any of the transformations today here. All we're doing is moving the shape around somehow. So what are we going to say here? Well, the x-coordinates of my new vertices ended up being the same. Nothing changed in terms of the x-axis numbers. What changed here are the y-coordinates. All right, it was so many up, now it's so many down. That's what's changing here, the y-axis values. And those happen to end up being the opposite of whatever that number was before. And so the coordinates of the image, which is what the question was asking me to find here, A minor is -3, -1. D minor is 0, 0. And C minor is at 2, -2. And as we take a look at those coordinates there, I want to point out these marks here that I'm making when I'm saying minor, that's how we indicate that those are from the image, the after. And that's all it is. Anytime you see those marks, you know that's the after of a transformation. It doesn't matter which transformation, it's the same marks we make. If it doesn't have those marks, that's how we know it's the pre-image, what we started with, or the before. There will be times they will draw both on a graph and say, what happened here? That's how you know which one was the one we started with and which one was the one we ended with, based on the presence or lack thereof of those marks. All right, so let's go ahead and continue on to the last page of the examples here. Number 4 says triangle ABC has vertices at 1, 0, 3, 3, and 5, 0. We're supposed to rotate ABC 180 degrees about the vertex known as A.